It's actually going by pretty fast, considering Season 1 and all the delays that we had and whatnot. Season 2 is...
That's true. For the Chinese region, there was a big gap in between.
We had a 2-week gap because of the Chinese New Year, so we had to wait these teams. We gave them a little bit of a breather to figure out the meta.
Yeah. What is wrong with us, by the way?
What?
I mean, we do our job. I go back. I play Dota. When I'm not playing Dota, I'm watching Dota. Then I wake up. I can't wait to wake up so I can watch some more Dota tomorrow. It's just...
It's not a game, it's a lifestyle, Lacoste.
Pretty much. Yeah, for us, it definitely is.
And for these players as well, like we said, it's week 5. We need to resolve a few more of our standings. We need to resolve a few more of our tournaments and our teams as we take a look at what we've got in store for you today. It's going to be Aster still topping things, Sparking Arrow Gaming at the bottom, but you see all those 2-2 teams in the middle. EHOME, Royal Never Give Up, Vici Gaming. They got games to play. We need to get them out of the middle. We need to figure out, are they going to be at the top or are they going to be at the bottom?
Now we have the middle boys. We also have, obviously, the teams that are struggling and maybe trying to dodge relegation, like Invictus Gaming, if you guys haven't heard about these guys.
I'm not familiar with this team.
So they're the team that won the last major.
Oh, that was them?
Yeah, it was them.
Oh.
But after returning to their region, obviously they're struggling because it is the best region out there, right? So...
Yeah, Royal Never Give Up were the lower Season 1 promotions, along with Sparking Arrow Gaming. They will have to go up against Team Aster in our second BO3 of the day. First BO3 of the day, though, it's going to be EHOME versus Vici Gaming. And EHOME have been quiet. Have you been keeping up with their I-League behavior? What's been going on?
I've been keeping up, just to check what's happening. They beat... EHOME beat Vici Gaming, I believe, 2 weeks ago, 2-1 in I-League, and they look decent, a bit ups and downs, but they look definitely more solid. Like it's hard to say. Like these Chinese teams, if they played 100 games, I still feel that the standings would still be, kind of the same. Everyone with 2-2 or 50-50, because all these teams are pretty good. Sparking Arrow Gaming, down there, can't really keep up with the big boys. But the one today should be an interesting one.
We're pretty much always missing one more team to solidify all 8. Then you don't even know who's going to be relegated.
Still, a region having 8 potential major contenders, you'd be hard-pressed to find such close competition.
And the same region that actually won the major.
Exactly.
It's not 8 contenders that are kinda okay, it's 8 top tier 1 teams.
Yeah, we can maybe, I don't know, do we have time to at least, I want to see those pretty EHOME faces, pretty Vici Gaming faces, is it possible? Because I know draft may be starting pretty soon, but we haven't seen EHOME for a while here in the
there they
upper
are.
division. Last week I don't think they had any games at all, because it was mainly just, like we said, all of the major attending teams finally competing against most of the Week 1, Week 2 teams, but EHOME, I guess, only had one match.
I like how Sylar is holding just a bunch of napkins. He's been, I believe the first one who did it. I still remember the old days. People are wondering, like, what the hell is this guy doing? I guess it's better grip. His hands are sweaty. Neek's arms are heavy.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Mom spaghetti. Vomit on the Luna already because he has not been carrying on that hero.
Good one. Yeah, like a lot of these teams in China, I feel like they're hot and cold with Luna. They can pull off a win, but they can also make this hero look pretty bad compared to some other top tier carries.
Yeah, one hero that Vici Gaming is making look great is Elder Titan. However, I believe it's DY that in the I-League managed to lose with Elder Titan and win an award, as he had a score of 0-0-0.
Really?
Yeah.
As a support? 0-0-0?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I need to go over that game and check it a little bit further, but I've seen some banter on Twitter about him.
Interesting.
Ending a game without any impact whatsoever.
That's crazy. I've seen
I
carries.
I did this. I won the game.
I don't think you won. No, he lost the game, didn't he?
He lost it.
He lost the game.
So I really have to go back and watch the replay, and I suggest anyone watching that they do the same, because it has to be something very...
It's either a
unique
masterclass in supporting, where he somehow does not show up in anything, or it was an utter failure.
Die me stack.
Like, I was reading about it and I found it hard to believe, and then I saw like a couple of people tweeting about it. I'm like, okay, sure.
Wow. Okay. Well, the bar is set there, I guess. If he puts up one number anywhere, then he's already exceeding expectations.
Just do something. Anything.
I want to see the player.
man.
I want to see the player comparison with him from that game.
I can't tell if his bars would be really high or really low. I mean, it's like an infinite KDA with 0-0-0.
But talking about VG Gaming overall and their drafts, the Elder Titan should be highly contested here at Insecure. They love to play, love to pick.
Same goes for EHOME. They really love PC. A lot of these position fours, I would say, that were played as position fours are now position fives. Like we have these Clockworks, we have ETs, Treant Protector. Speaking about the Treant Protector, like this hero is super strong. Like the heal amplification. Your build pretty much should be Brown Boots and Holy Locket amplify. Like it also amplifies the heal on the towers, which is pretty insane.
0-0?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I need to go over that game and check it a little bit further, but I've seen some banter on Twitter about him
Interesting.
ending a game without any impact whatsoever.
That's crazy. I've seen
I
carries.
did this. I won the game.
I don't think you won. No, he lost the game, didn't he?
He lost it.
He lost the game.
So I really have to go back and watch the replay, and I suggest anyone watching that they do the same, because it has to be something very...
It's either a
unique.
masterclass in supporting, where he somehow does not show up in anything, or it was an utter failure.
Me no die, me stack.
I was reading about it and I found it hard to believe, and then I saw like a couple of people tweeting about it. I'm like, okay, sure.
Wow. Okay. Well, the bar is set there, I guess. If he puts up one number anywhere, then he's already exceeding expectations.
Just do something. Anything.
I want to see the player.
man.
I want to see the player comparison with him from that game.
I can't tell if his bars would be really high or really low. I mean, it's like an infinite KDA with 0-0-0.
But talking about VG Gaming overall and their drafts, the Elder Titan should be highly contested here at Insecure. They love to play, love to pick.
Same goes for EHOME. They really love EC. A lot of these position fours, I would say, that were played as position fours are now position fives. Like we have these Clockworks, we have ETs, Treant Protector. Speaking about the Treant Protector, like this hero is super strong. Like the heal amplification. Your build pretty much should be Brown Boots and Holy Locket amplify. Like it also amplifies the heal on the towers, which is pretty insane.
But what about the skill build, though? Because we saw Red Nova completely skip Leech Seed, went for Grasp and Living Armor.
Skill build you can adjust to the lane and the way the game is going. Like that Nature's Grasp is extremely valuable if you're defending the tower, hiding around the trees. Then you can go Nature's Grasp and your third spell, Living Armor.
EHOME not opting for the yield Singapore major combo, which was Mars Dark Willow, instead get our favorite, well, at least my favorite offlaner of the patch right now, Legion Commander with that Dark Willow.
I expected them to go Grim and Legion, because this is the pairing that I see very often picked 1-2 in the Chinese region.
This is the opener for a lot of the teams in Chinese region. Treant Protector plus Leshrac. Nyx Assassin most of the time banned out, so Leshrac is going to have a relatively good time. I feel like this hero, is still underpicked, in my opinion, considering how strong it is and what he brings. Very versatile. I've seen some...
As a support? 0-0-0?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I need to go over that game and check it a little bit further, but I've seen some banter on Twitter about him
Interesting.
ending a game without any impact whatsoever.
That's crazy. I've seen
I
carries.
did this. I won the game.
I don't think you won. No, he lost the game, didn't he?
He lost it.
He lost the game.
So I really have to go back and watch the replay, and I suggest anyone watching that they do the same, because it has to be something very...
It's either a
unique.
masterclass in supporting, where he somehow does not show up in anything, or it was an utter failure.
Me no die, me stack.
I was reading about it and I found it hard to believe, and then I saw like a couple of people tweeting about it. I'm like, okay, sure.
Wow. Okay. Well, the bar is set there, I guess. If he puts up one number anywhere, then he's already exceeding expectations.
Just do something. Anything.
I want to see the player.
man.
I want to see the player comparison with him from that game.
I can't tell if his bars would be really high or really low. I mean, it's like an infinite KDA with 0-0-0.
But talking about Vici Gaming overall and their drafts, the Elder Titan should be highly contested here. It's a hero that they love to play, love to pick.
Same goes for EHOME. They really love ETH. A lot of these position 4s, I would say, that were played as position 4s are now position 5s. Like we have these Clockworks, we have ET's Treant Protector. Speaking about the Treant Protector, like this hero is super strong. Like the heal amplification. Your build pretty much should be Brown Boots and Holy Locket amplify. Like it also amplifies the heal on the towers, which is pretty insane.
But what about the skill build though? Because we saw Red Nova completely skip Leech Seed, went for Grasp and Living Armor.
Skill build you can adjust to the lane and the way the game is going. Like that Nature's Grasp is extremely valuable if you're defending the tower, hiding around the trees. Then you can go Nature's Grasp and your third spell Living Armor.
EHOME not opting for the ye old Singapore major combo, which was Mars Dark Willow. Instead, get our favorite, well, at least my favorite offlaner of the patch right now, Legion Commander with that Dark Willow.
I expected them to go Grim and Legion because this is the pairing that I see very often picked 1-2 in the Chinese region.
This is the opener for a lot of the teams in Chinese region. Treant Protector plus Leshrac. Nyx Assassin most of the time banned out, so Leshrac is going to have a relatively good time. I feel like this hero, you know, is still underpicked in my opinion, considering how strong it is and what he brings. Very versatile. I've seen some South American teams played as potentially an offlaner as well. Can be mid, can be safe lane, so a lot of stuff you can do with the hero, and especially with the Treant Protector. He's the one holding them in place. Leshrac is the hero that wants to go in.
Damage.
Well, a lot of damage as well on top of that, and if you remember, like when Oracle was the first big material, he was sometimes paired up with the Leshrac, where like you have a carry, let's say someone like a Wraith King who doesn't care going in and dying, and then you prioritize using the False Promise on Lesh, where he just goes ham in the team fights. So kind of a similar style here, not as good, but still very strong.
I hate when I see a Treant and there's no damage following it. You know, we've seen some games with Treant and Mars and a lot of catch, but nothing to follow up on that catch. And here we already have it with the Lash. Leech Seed now is targeted, right? I haven't played.
Correct. Yeah.
So
once upon a time, it was like a random AOE around your hero.
It a couple of times.
But now it's back to that original iteration.
So you can dispel it, right?
Correct. You can dispel it. Yeah.
So this lane of EHOME should be
well equipped to deal with a 5-position Treant. Yeah.
So they ban out the Life Stealer on the side of EHOME, which is also not a hero that historically did great versus Legion, but you can't really pull him out of the lane as well.
I think it's more about the Dark Willow have someone who has a built-in BKB, because Dark Willow can be really annoying, both of her abilities, like you don't care too much about it.
I said it before, and I say it again, don't know why Medusa always somehow manages to slip through.
Now for Vici Gaming, it's still an option. With the 3 you already have a hero that protects you. You have your Lash that
yeah, but you can say the same thing. Look at EHOME. Press the attack on Medusa, Bilson, possibly like a Solar
Crest. Because they opened up in such a solid way. This is why they're the best region out there.
I don't think it has anything to do with a draft. I think it's just Medusa. You can just...
There's a little bit of that too. Hero is just a little bit busted.
I swear to God, though, if one of them pick Luna over Medusa, I'm going to lose it, because I know both these teams have an affinity for Luna. Both Poyoyo and Sylar have been spamming it in the Chinese upper division so far.
They really do love it.
Great Kings.
Well, what about anything with the Dispel mechanic? So maybe Ursa, Juggernaut for Vici Gaming? I would prefer that. Also something that builds into status resistance, so SNY and Jug feels good against those Brambles, Stuns, Duel.
The Bramble Forest, 50 minutes in.
So Ursa Shard is Dispel or Enraged with the Earthshock, right?
Yes.
Can you cast Earthshock while you're rooted and willing to dispel it?
That's a good question. My guess would be that
before, when you're rooted and you Earthshock, you just jump in place.
Yes.
You can do it, but it's in place.
So I think you're still going to have a Dispel mechanic. You're just going to stay in place.
But then you'll be able to walk around.
5 seconds
Yes.
remaining.
Unless you
Gaming's
hit
turn to
I
ban.
might be
No,
wrong. If-
against Tree and Protector.
Against three.
To get
Radiant
overgrowth.
team Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
I'll check.
Radiant team
Check
ban.
that for you.
We also had another
Vici
mechanic that we
Gaming's
encountered in a
turn
game
to
yesterday,
pick.
Lacoste, that we still need to test out. Liz,
Radiant
maybe you know.
team pick.
If you're
Thinking about the tree and protector, like this hero is
Protector,
super strong. Like the heal amplification, your build pretty much should be brown boots and holy lock.
Holy
It
Lock.
amplify, like it also amplifies the heal on the towers, which is
But what about the
Radiant
skill build,
team
though?
pick.
Because we saw Red Nova completely skip
Vici
Leech Seed,
Gaming's
went for
turn to
Grasp and
pick.
Living Armor.
Skill build you can adjust to the
Legion
That
Commander.
nature's grasp is valuable if tower hiding around the tree. Grasp and
10 seconds
EHOME
remaining.
not opting for the ye old Singapore major
5
combo, which was
seconds
Mars Dark
remaining.
Willow, instead get our favorite, well, at least my favorite offlaner of the patch right now, Legion Commander with that Dark Willow.
I expected them to go great. The Legion.
Vici
because this is
Gaming's
very
turn
good
to
item.
ban.
Very often.
this is the opener for a lot of the teams Chinese reach. Tree and protector plus Leshrac. Nyx Assassin most of the time banned out, so Leshrac is gonna have a relatively good time. I feel like this hero, is still underpicked in my
10
opinion, considering how
seconds
strong it
remaining.
is and what he brings. Very versatile. I've seen some South American
5
teams
seconds
played
remaining.
as potentially the off-laner as well. Can be mid, can be safe lane, so a lot of stuff you can do with the hero, and especially with the Tree and Protector. He's the one holding them in place.
Vici
Leshrac is the hero that
Gaming's
wants to
turn
go
to
in.
Damage.
A lot of damage as well on top of that, and if you remember, like when Oracle was the first big material, he was sometimes paired up with the Leshrac, where like you have a carry, let's say someone like a Raid King who doesn't care going in and dying, and then you prioritize using the False Promise on Lesh, where
10
he just goes
seconds
ham in the
remaining.
team fights. So kind of a similar style here, not as good, but still
5
very
seconds
strong.
remaining.
Hate when I see a tree and
Radiant team ban.
Mars and a lot of catch, but nothing to follow up on that catch and have it with the Lash. Leech Seed now is targeted, right? I haven't played.
Correct, yeah.
you
So
can
once upon a
use,
time, it was like a
That was
random AoE
they've
around your
changed
hero.
it a couple of
But
10
times.
now it's back to
seconds
that
remaining.
original iteration.
So you can dispel it. right?
Correct, you can dispel, yeah.
So,
So,
this lane
5
of EHOME
seconds
should
remaining.
well equipped to
well
deal with
equipped
a
to deal with the
5-position treant, yeah.
That's it. Down out Life Stealer on the side of. There's also not a hero that historically did great versus.
Yeah.
But you can't really.
I think it's more about the Dark Willow have someone
Vici
who has a built-in
Gaming's turn to
BKB,
ban.
because Dark Willow can be really annoying, both of her abilities, like you care too much about it.
Said it before, and I say it again. Don't know why Medusa always somehow manages through.
Out for Vici an option. Already
10
have
seconds remaining.
protects you. Lash that.
Yeah, but you can
5
say,
seconds
say
remaining.
the same thing. Look at
EHOME.
EHOME.
Yeah.
Press the attack
Yeah.
on Medusa, Belson, possibly like a solar cut.
because they opened up in such a solid way. This is why they're best regional.
I don't think it has anything to do with the draft. I think it's just Medusa. You can just.
There's a little bit of that too. Hero is just a little bit busted.
I swear to God, though, if one of them pick Luna over Medusa, I'm gonna lose it, because I know both these teams have an affinity for Luna. Both Hoyoyo and Sylar have been spamming it in their Chinese upper division so far.
They really do love it.
Great King.
Uh-huh.
Their hand.
Well, what about anything with the dispel mechanic? So maybe Ursa, Juggernaut for Vici Gaming. I would prefer that. Also something that builds into status resistance. So SNY and Jug feels good against those brambles, stuns, duel.
The Bramble Forest. 50 minutes in.
So, Ursa Shard is Dispel or enraged with the Earthshock, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Can you cast Earthshock while you're rooted, and will
a-
it dispel
Radiant
it?
That's a good
team
question.
Sure.
My guess would be that
Before, when you're rooted and you Earthshock, you jump in place.
Yes,
You can
so
do
I-
it, but
so I think you're still gonna have a dispel mechanic. You're just gonna stay in place.
But then you'll be able to walk around.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you hit another ramp
Might be
No,
wrong.
no, against Tree and Protector.
against 3.
To get out of the overgrowth.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll check that.
Okay, yeah, I'm
I'll
curious.
check that for you.
We also had another mechanic that we encountered in a game yesterday, Lacoste, that we still need to test out. Blizzard, maybe you know. If you have Nullifier on you, can you cast Hurricane Pike on an enemy to move? To, like, slide? Because Force Staff is dispellable, but is the Pike split dispellable? Or will you still be able to...
I mean, he will move. He has a
Right,
set
but will you
distance,
move back also?
But you won't. I
Okay.
think you will get the
Just Dota 2 things.
Just Dota 2 consistency is...
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But there's so many things that, like, imagine working on this stuff. How much work? Patch comes, there's a new thing introduced, let's say status resistance, and like everything just changes. Then you need to check all of these abilities, all the interactions in between. It's a lot of work.
Dude,
We have what? Each one of us, okay, at least. And still
Hours.
you learn, hours, and you still learn something
Oh, of
almost
course.
every day. Like,
I mean, the
new
game
mechanic.
also changes dramatically, like, every 6 months, so...
Radiant
People make fun of the
team
spaghetti
pick.
code, but I don't know how you could make a game like this out of anything but spaghetti.
But they're the ones that ban out the Grim, right?
VG Gaming's turn to
We
pick.
talked about it. An Elder Titan. Both of them gone, and now with the clock.
Also, this hero, I wasn't really a big fan as a position 5, but after seeing a couple of performances, I've seen Saksa on position 4, what this hero can do when he gets a bit of a
10
farm,
seconds
but
remaining.
still a very strong laner, high strength gain per level,
5
very
seconds
annoying in
remaining.
your face.
You don't have to feed. Very hard to feed this year. For the shard, if you hook it, if you're a 5, you have tramples, let's say a 6. Can get isolated and die, but now with the shard, it's very difficult. Hook in, hog them in, and
Who
Radiant
was it the
team
other day? Was
pick.
it Lanham playing Clockwork with both Hood and I believe it was Glimmer
I
Cape?
don't know how he got that farmed.
Double
They take
magic
hers.
resist. Yeah, they take her, so. Makes sense, as we mentioned, something with the built-in dispel. Decent against Legion Commander, but still Legion Commander always finds a way
10
to
seconds
beat Ursa.
remaining.
I still if this is Treant Protector plus Ursa, still favoring Dark Willow
5
plus Legion
seconds
Commander
remaining.
because Dark Willow playing into 2 melee heroes, and they also have way of dispelling the slow from Treant Protector. I kind of like that. If you ask me which lane, which hero I would like to play, I would just say Dark Willow and the Dumpster Boat Ursa and Treant Protector.
VG
Yeah, and
Gaming's turn
Clockwork
to
seems
pick.
to be handling the Leshrac problem. Doesn't even matter if he dies.
Okay.
oh,
And
they're,
now you may not even have a Leshrac problem, because you got a Viper with also built-in magic resistance.
This is approach, definitely. Either mid lane, we've seen a lot of in season 1. It was
10
mostly played
seconds
on off lane
remaining.
with that utility build, Atos, pipe, whatever.
5 seconds remaining.
No,
Mid, like, I'm just thinking if they can put Viper against Ursa and completely
With
ruin the
Legion
hero, but where's Legion
safe
gonna
lane,
go?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could potentially play like Legion safe lane, maybe an aggressive tri lane. Ursa doesn't get any farm if he plays the Clockwork Willow Viper, so that's also possible.
I was thinking about, like, the moment they picked it, I'm thinking, yeah, it can't go offlane. Legion is the problem. You already have that pick. Where do you
VG
send
Because
it?
Legion is very
Turn to
similar
battle.
to like
Phoenix now.
Timbersaw, something that can self-sustain in the lane. Legion doesn't matter about most 1 versus 1 matchup, especially if it's a melee hero. So now they have way of dispelling the overgrowth. They have the attack speed for the
10
Phoenix egg.
seconds remaining.
Still a good with Phoenix. Flash stun you.
5 seconds
Later
remaining.
on, when they all start hitting hard and Legion's that built-in big attack, it becomes
Radiant
damage on
team
Legion.
banned.
very decent way it will be working, and home to break them. Well, which game? It's that straightforward.
This is a really good ban. I feel like Draw Ranger would be the pick for EHOME, where they have
10
no gap
seconds
closers. Ursa
remaining.
does not like to play into this matchup. A ton of slow, Gust,
5
naturally builds
seconds
into 4-step
remaining.
/ Pike, attack speed against
VG
the egg.
Gaming's turn to
You'd
ban.
go Drow over Dusa?
On EHOME, yeah. But this is also a possibility. Medusa, they have percentage-based damage with Phoenix. Medusa doesn't like to play into, but We'll see.
There anything at the
10
moment?
seconds remaining.
Aside from Nix's.
Ancient Apparition is
5 seconds remaining.
it's very difficult for it to dodge blast. It's
True.
just very slow and mobile in team tower.
Other carries still in the pool. Juggernaut.
Radiant
If you want
team
someone to be
back.
able to spin in and
There
whack
you
up.
go. No, not
so much for
not
that.
there any longer. And he's also one of those that mentioned earlier before the stream. You
Mhm.
have built-in BK catch you, but
They don't know what they're playing into,
10
so they
seconds
could just
remaining.
go with Troll.
Vici Gaming's
Last
turn
pick, I
to
would
pick.
not mind Troll for EHOME. Attack speed, good matchup against the Ursa.
and Vici just there offlane. Mars banned out, Beast Tower is still in the pool. They want to put
Darkseer is still in the pool.
I
10
wouldn't mind seeing
seconds
Darkseer.
remaining.
Darkseer 3.
5
Enable the
seconds
Ursa.
remaining.
But if it's Darkseer Phoenix, I'm not sure who's gonna be playing 5 here. Mostly,
Oh, that's true.
mostly it's 3 and 5.
You would put
Radiant team
Sick.
pick.
They go with Sun. Just another set of stuns, right? Get some more able for the sector.
Good draft, like good overall draft from Vici Gaming. A lot of stuff that they have covered. They have a good scaling lineup.
10
Roach taking,
seconds
they have
remaining.
ways of protecting the egg. Decent lanes.
5 seconds
So,
remaining.
is there anything else other than Troll? What am I missing? Something that's range, possibly Medusa, of course.
I mean, they still love Luna, but
Let me think. How
don't
about,
think
what do you
Luna-
think about Medusa? For
I'm a
you?
big fan of this Medusa hero. You ever hear about him?
Luna is just a weaker Medusa. Worse,
Thoughts exactly.
worse range.
Any
So,
hero is a weaker Medusa.
like playing into Leshrac, into Ursa, you need to get up close and personal to deal damage, which is not something that can't possibly outrange it. You know what? What about Medusa?
You may now
Speak of the
select
devil,
your heroes.
wow. We got the biggest brains on this panel, my friends.
I guess that's one.
Because I was thinking, it's a good against the Phoenix. You hit the egg with the split shot to deal damage. Besides all other,
Other
benefits that you get from having Medusa. So this time around, like Ursa, they tend to go.
There's a response. Well, even when it lost like the first time a couple of weeks ago, I was like, how did that happen? Well, it happened because Dusa decided not to build into a Skadi. I'm pretty sure Syla will build to a Skadi, and this Ursa's not gonna have a good time. Maybe VG wins on the back of outplaying, but they won't.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a lot of fun this game.
No Shot City?
Bitch Shot City, alright, I'll take it.
I like that one.
I had something else, but
What'd you have?
Poison Stone City,
Poison Stone City. Okay.
because Medusa have
Turn to stone. Think of poison. I'm going EHOME, 35% talent. That just, feels very balanced. And the Shard on Legion with the Medusa, all balanced heroes. I think, EHOME's going to be winning this one. Game number 1. It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
And I
If
say
EHOME wins
interesting with
this,
balance.
it's going to be a 3-game series if EHOME wins this, right? I don't think VG is going to just go down 2-0. To EHOME at least.
I don't know.
I saw VG yesterday. I think, who did they play? They played someone.
think they had 2 series yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the first one, and they played against, was it LGD?
I want to say they played Aster in I-League.
Yes, and someone else in I-League too.
Yeah, they played... looking for the date. They played Aster.
30 seconds to
Oh, but they won both those
Yeah,
series.
they crushed Elephant, actually. Like, I saw that first game, and they absolutely demolished them.
Yeah, with TA, Swardar, Void, Dark Willow, and Treant.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
An interesting combination of heroes.
Interesting draft indeed.
But it's also, I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks this way, but I don't put a lot of stock in I-League or like DPL when they're happening alongside something else like this.
Yeah, I mean, DPC will always be the one that people will look at ultimately and be like, yep, you did well here, that means good job.
EHOME's top of the standings in that double round robin. I actually love that about I-League, that double round robin.
Yeah.
You play everybody twice. Like, I think that's such a cool prospect of like, how to do things.
Well, he's fine. But they juked him a little bit out here with the ward. He did the trick where he walked into tower range, got hit. He's like, ha! Oh, wait. The ward is on the other side.
So if, you know, you are following at home on dpc.pwesports.cn/fun, this game's question is, when will Old 11 hit level 6? Less than 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, or greater than 8 minutes?
Following the trend of Dota, usually it should be 6 to 8 minutes. He doesn't get full solo experience, but he's gonna get some solo experience,
Right.
so...
Unless this lane goes atrociously.
Yeah.
Which...
Against Medusa, Clockwork should not be the case.
He might get pressured by X-Nova. I don't think it's going to be enough to really throw him out of this lane or make it too difficult for him.
Yeah. I mean, just purely draft-wise, honestly, I have a very hard time seeing VG win here, unless they like super outplay. Like a 5-man Supernova Overgrowth or something like that. Lesh coming in, dealing all the damage.
Yeah, like
It's possible, but...
yeah, the combo's there. It's just whether or not the execution's there. Can you beat a hero like the Medusa, especially when you start getting towards that mid-game point where Medusa picks up bags and Legion gets shard, and you just feel very strong. And the panel also talked about how strong Clockwork can feel at times. Sometimes he feels like he's just, you know, if you miss your hook,
He's a Clockwork,
you're just a glorified creep at that point. But you start putting some hooks on the board and getting that lockdown around, really make things dangerous.
I feel like ever since that OG game where Saxa went ham on Clockwork, the hero's back on the board again for a lot of teams. Because he like almost single-handedly carried that from a +4 Clockwork position.
Yeah. Here it's in a 5 with the Dark Willow 4, but
Yeah.
we've also seen Dark Willows kind of go off as well.
Oh, certainly. And the combo isn't bad. Like, if you're stuck in a cog with a Dark Willow, you're probably just gonna be dead.
Yeah. That Bedouin solo target level 1 is so much damage.
Yeah, let's do the math. 5 times 75 is 275.
Right.
How long does it roam for? 5 seconds. It actually only attacks 4 times a second, sorry. So it's 300 times, that's 1500 magic damage. Level 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
I think when Dark Willow originally got released too, it was
way higher.
It was way, you could solo heroes.
Yeah, it was. I think it attacked 5 times per second and it dealt more damage too. OS Frog, of course.
I remember talking about how Dark Willow just felt so strong during a game, and my comms were being put into the player's ears for some reason. And then
Nice.
we,
Value production?
it was just not, it was like I was in the lobby, but the settings were wrong or something like that a long time ago. It was WESG,
No, sounds
but
about right.
I was covering it on my own time, so like it was weird. I was just, it was really interesting to just be like, oh, Arteezy's telling me that, you know, they can hear me, and they agree that Dark was broken.
Well, at least they agreed with you.
Yeah, and then I got super embarrassed and left the lobby.
Okay.
Covered it from Dota TV.
This is not a chat move, but I'll let it slide. I'm sure you have upgraded since. Like your chatness level went to 3, maybe? Instead of -5? Hopefully. Maybe. Anyway, they're stealing the runes away from Leshrak. He's still working with a lot of resources, so he should be fine until the next set of runes.
XM's are 34.
The lane is not easy for Lash. Honestly, all 3 lanes are not easy for VG. I'm still kind of baffled by the dynamic of Legion versus Ursa. Like, everyone picks Ursa into Legion, but Ursa loses every time.
Right. What's causing that? Like, is it just the head-to-head matchup, or does it have anything to do with the supports that you usually put with Ursa?
It's a good question, because Ursa should be one of the strongest lanes. Like, I want to play this matchup myself, it's just nobody picks the Legion in pubs.
I pick it. Yeah.
Thank you, but I don't know if there would be an accurate representation of how the lane should go.
Probably not. If anything, it would be the worst representation of it.
I'm probably like Ursa 1v2 and I would win. I'm like, oh, why, that seems easy. Why do they always lose? There's 2 supports in mid lane, probably expecting a dive on the Lash. But Viper's already a full level ahead of the Lash. But of course, once you're level 6 with a Pulse Nova, you just go farm a couple of stacks. You're gonna be coming back to the game, no problem. Dusa though, completely free farming now because they are leaving her.
Yeah, Old 11's kind of trying to lane himself, but he's getting pushed back.
They're the Vanguard.
Yeah, he should be fine to get up against X-Nova. The question just becomes...
when does he get level 6?
Yeah. Well, that was the question I was thinking of, whether or not they can kill him. But he's close to 6.
Yeah, but
about to hit that 6 to 8 minute mark.
Yeah. Which, of course, if you listen to me, the most knowledgeable of people
Dire's middle
I've
tower
seen,
is under attack.
you would have chosen it, answer.
The entire scene.
The entire scene.
That's a statement. We have to get you certified on that.
Okay. Lash is actually just dead here.
And he's getting run down. Bramble Maze is out. Ori in trouble. Battery Assault will get the kill. X-Nova getting the first blood.
And they were already leading 1k before that first blood even happened. So they're really getting better out of the laning phase. Yeah, and just overall, a pretty tough game. For VG, they will have to come back through team fights. Gotta make sure they use the Stampede, Overgrowth, and Supernova to full effect.
And as they've done, they've hit level 6 on Old 11, so he's got that
Dire's
Stampede
turret
ready
has been
to
killed.
go.
And that level 3 Snake last bounce just took off 400 health from the Centaur.
And it only gets stronger,
That thing
especially
hurts.
level 15.
Yeah, that thing hurts.
Legion Commander getting low and run down here by Ori, who gets a little bit of revenge. Going out towards Chalice.
With good rotation, they needed to slow down one of these cores at least.
And they've got good stacks for... I say good stacks, but it's that one camp that's been stacked twice.
Massive.
It's an okay amount of gold to recover.
Better than nothing.
And then they have a stack in the triangle as well.
Viper is having travels queued up right away. So no ATOS shenanigans from him. We see a lot of times you just rush for the ATOS, up the tempo of the game.
Do you like that though, going into the Boots of Travel instead of the Rod of Atos? Like, I feel like Viper giving that a little bit of extra control is okay. Not that they necessarily need it with Duel, Bramble Maze, Curse Crown, Cogs.
They are setting up a big gank here on the Centaur. But generally, I like ATOS a lot more, simply because you don't have the greatest setups this game.
Right.
And you already have a Medusa, you don't need to be more greedy. Oh, Ori getting caught out here again.
Yeah, Curse Crown trying to navigate the maze of brambles. Curse Crown goes off, he'll be okay.
I don't think he got rooted, did he?
No,
He dodged it nicely.
Walked right through and then eventually got hit by the Curse Crown.
Might have to stop Stampede here. No, not even. Rotation of EHOME not working out at all.
Yeah, a little bit lacking on the execution of going after Old 11, especially because he's by himself and has been by himself.
Yeah.
You'd expect maybe a little bit more there. Bramble Maze on DY, he'll try to keep the out, but the duel is available. Right clicks in from XM. He'll get the kill on a DY.
Not sure what he thought, keeping out next to level 6 Legion. Like maybe he didn't skill duel. But yeah, they did steal the stack. Lashrock got that one, so not the worst for them.
Which he needed, and now he's, you know, pretty much even with the Viper.
Yeah, that's just the power of Lashrock. You hit the level 6, you got the Pulse Nova with increased AoE now.
Oh wow, Poyoyo's Courier dying back to back.
There was a Blade of Alacrity, his face boots, and a broom handle. That's actually a massive kill.
Yeah, so And that's what it was. And that's what it was before. It was his phase boots before when it died, came back up, dies again. This time with the Blade of Alacrity.
Yeah, definitely makes the lane for Chalice a lot easier.
Radiant's
He has
bottom
phase boots,
tower
whereas
is under
Ursa does not.
attack.
Just, you know, happens once. I'm a little bit surprised you let it happen twice.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, people, even though the Korea update has happened like a long time ago, are not very good at micro yet.
I feel like the pathing on career. Every time it gets changed, I feel like it's always
See
non-beneficial.
the next Korea going down, now it's X-Novas.
Dire's
Probably
middle tower is
Again, we
under
see at
attack.
least 10 Koreas die or so,
Yeah.
if not more.
X-Nova trying to run here. Sunray, Ori coming in. Got this slow. He goes into the cogs, but that means he's going to be stunned up by Ori and dead as well.
That's level 4 Edict.
Using the Stampede, and that's to get Poyoyo out. Doesn't have his phase boots, doesn't have that Blade of Alacrity. And the pressure is allowed to be put on by EHOME here.
We have to see if they can take top tower though. They lost top tower for free pretty much. Trian is protecting top tower, so it's not going to be an easy one. Level 3 living armor. Yeah, Trian is such a difficult hero to push into. Like, he's almost doubling the armor of the tower.
Have to go all out.
Yeah.
But that always kind of changes the style of the way you're playing that game, right? Because there's a tree in the game, taking towers has to, you know, change in your gameplay.
Yeah, it's a very different effort than
Dire's
as if there's no
top
Trian,
tower
of course.
is under
Yeah. And
attack.
every time you just do chip
Radiant
damage on the tower,
structures are fortified.
It's not enough.
you feel terrible. You're wasting your time.
Looking for DUI.
Radiant's
Again.
middle tower is under attack.
An armor on there.
Living armor, yeah. It was a lot easier to deal with back then. When it had charges, you could just burn off the charges and it's gone. But now the armor is just on it for the entire duration.
They do eventually get it, but they had to stay up here for quite a long
But they're
time.
losing mid tower for it as well.
Yeah, so
Radiant's
potentially
middle
lose
tower
mid. That
is
goes
falling.
down. Some right clicks out onto these Vici heroes. They don't have Stampede for another 12 seconds. They're going to be fine, though. So it doesn't matter that their rotations came out. Ultimately, they get the tower, and they don't lose anything for it. Sylar, though, he's free farming, and this is Deuce of free farm.
Yes, but Ursa is very close to the Diffusal Blade.
And that's the thing. Are they going to be ready with this Diffusal? And is it going to be enough to shut down the Medusa? Is this free farm that they're giving right now, you know, inconsequential to what Vici have once they get that Diffusal? Like, if they can make the jumps and shut down the Medusa, then they should be okay with giving the free farm. But now going after a massive stack.
Dire's middle tower
It's all
is under
about
attack.
the first couple of team fights, really. If Ursa can get a couple of kills there, manage to scale from that, it's gonna be all good for him. But if in any case they lose 1 or 2 team fights, I fear for them. I really do, because they don't really build to scaling items. And if you lose team fights on top of that, against a lineup that scales better than yours, you're gonna be in trouble.
Dire are scanning.
We have seen both sides of the coin, really. When Ursa with Diffusal absolutely destroys a game, and then we've also seen Ursa with Diffusal just become a non-factor. It is really important that as soon as you get it, you put it to good use. And he is 100 gold away from it. Very good timing when it's 13.
Shut out.
Dire's
Bottom,
top tower is
and
under
stop the right clicks coming through. They've got the duel, and they'll get the victory. XM with another kill. Yeah, 3 heroes here. They've got the break. They have the damage. They'll be fine.
Yeah, it feels like as though Hood doesn't even help against Viper. You get these 5 stacks on you, you lose 45% magic resistance. You're still at like 0.
He's going Ags immediately on Viper. I don't hate that at all. I actually really like that, with knowing that Vici's probably going to be aggressive early on.
Yeah.
You have this ability to throw Viper Strike out a couple times in a fight. I'm also thinking, is it worth getting Shard on Viper? I mean, I think it's a very decent Shard pick.
I like Shard on
the
Viper.
armor.
A lot of people don't, but especially early on, it's probably not really worth it. And I really like the itemization as well, because Dusa is going to be the one dealing physical damage, and Viper is taking the part of dealing the magic damage.
Right.
We're going to go Axe. He has Yult queued up after that, and maybe like a Kaya Sage after that. Just up in his magic damage. Chalice go. Diffuses up.
Poyoyo going in with the Diffusal. Good job by X-Nova to get the hook shot in and maybe save Chalice. Icarus dive. PYW does have Supernova if they continue to chase. The question is, how far are they going to let them go before they even pop it or think about popping it? Now with 4 heroes down in this bottom lane, Koyoyo, he doesn't want to make the move, and they're just going to let Old 11 die to another duel. So that's 30 duel damage here. Supernova goes off way late from Vici.
They have Stone Gaze, and Medusa has Manta as well. They need to retreat, they have no egg. Ori caught out.
Just a very late usage of the Supernova. It felt like Vici were unsure whether or not they wanted to fight.
Yeah, and then they ended up popping it anyway. And that's not what you're looking for when you have this Diffusal. You want to get a good pick. I thought the Legion was pretty dead, but good save by Xnova. And yeah, this Vici being very indecisive.
Like we said, first couple executions with that Diffusal have to kind of go the way of Vici, but instead, they I don't know, they just didn't feel comfortable going for that fight. And maybe it's the placing where it was in the trees and they weren't sure who else was there, but I don't know. Can't really speak for him.
Of course not. This is a game where I might potentially be okay with Dusa going for Skadi before Agon Scepter. Simply because if Ursa goes Diffu, you're more than likely going to expect that he builds into the BKB, which then your Agon doesn't really do too much. And it would hard counter with the Skadi, but of course, takes very advanced levels of thinking, you know, like 5th dimension kind of thinking. And not many people are there.
Past the 4th dimension into the 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As everybody knows, I'm 500 years old, so can't blame other people for not knowing it, right?
You've got the knowledge.
Exactly.
Old 11 now has this Blink Dagger. I think that's a moment that it can work with the fight as well. They want to get the BKB on the Ursa. But if they can find a couple of pickups here with that Blink Dagger, they should
Dire's
kind
top
of be
tower
back into
is
the
under
game,
attack.
especially if they can get this Medusa. But that's a hard kill to get.
Like, Ursa will melt, oh sorry, Dusa will melt if they get like a stun on top of him, plus like Ursa on top of him right away.
Right.
If you get 6 power, overpower attacks in right away, he's gonna lose probably almost all his mana.
The question is, do you know, land that stun? Does he get out with the Manta? When are you going to go after Sylar? Because he's almost level 15. He's going to have that plus 35% Mystic Snake mana gain.
Clock hookshot missed top lane on Ori. Would have been a kill.
All in service to
Good sidestep.
balance.
But yeah, Dusa is a ticking time bomb this game.
A couple of Ags will come out soon.
I mean, especially against Lash. Like, he has a mana pool of like 2,025
Land need, looking for the stun though, landed onto the Legion Commander. Chalice low, one more shot, Koyoyo gets the kill. They do bring over Fade. DY going in with an Nature's Grasp. Swords up Fade, they'll use the Overgrowth. Looking for the terrorizing commit Supernova.
Radiant
A bit surprising to throw all that in the kitchen sink for Dark Willow.
I'm surprised they don't try to defend the tower, since they have no ults at the ready,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower has
they just want to play
fallen.
the long game, the safe game. But we've seen it a couple of times from EHOME. They're very indecisive with their objectives, and then the game just slowly slips out of their grasp.
Yeah.
And that really is what differentiates like tier 1, the 1.5 or tier 2 teams, right? Like the decisiveness of, they use this and that, now we can do this.
Yeah, you can see the difference between like IGF and like Vici. Maybe, you know, you throw LGD up there as well. Maybe not right now. But then like EHOME LGD, and then you can see the difference from that even
Radiant's
tier
turret
below
has
to
been
like,
killed.
and then it's the next tier below that,
Yeah.
where they're even more indecisive. Like 5 seconds in Dota is a long time, and now they're going to the Roche pit for free. Gonna get that free Roshan, despite having all their ultimates on cooldown. It is very greedy, and are they gonna get away with this? They should not be allowed to.
yeah, the smoke is used. They'll try to make
They're
their
too
way
late.
over. Maybe a hook shot.
Roshan has been
No, it's gone. Xnova doesn't get there quick enough, and now they've got the Aegis into the hands of Koyoyo.
Yeah, this should not be allowed. Like, they have no
Radiant's top
ults
tower
whatsoever.
is under attack.
And they just get a free
Terrorize them out of the pit. You can, you know,
nice
use
one-step
Stone
in.
Gaze.
He just got crushed by PYW.
Yeah, Xnova, unfortunate for him, he's going to get caught here. Koyoyo with another kill, and this is Vici executing at just such a better margin right now than EHOME.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're putting all their eggs in the Medusa basket and they just feel like, hey, if Medusa farms, we still can win this game, which is very, very probable.
But that's the problem. Like, the really good teams, they will use the Medusa while she's farming.
Yeah.
The not so good teams, one of the top teams, they will use Medusa in a very defensive way, which then oftentimes leads to her teammates being pretty underfarmed. Whereas in the good teams, we see that Medusa and like one or maybe two other cores have like a very similar amount of farm.
Right.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Have to see how they make it work here on EHOME. They will have that Aghanim on Medusa soon, but as I said, Ursa already has his BKB. He's not going to be caring too much about that. What is Lash going to? He is going into the Bloodstone, I'd imagine. Which is good and bad against Medusa. That means one snake will give back about 1,000 mana. Like you just target the Lash and get all your mana back instantly.
I picked up Kaya Sanj.
Or Kaya Sanj, actually?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I like that quite a bit against the duel. Get the status list in.
More so than the Bloodstone, right?
Yeah. As a Bloodstone is also not a great card against Medusa. It just gives you too much mana.
So you hit the 20-minute mark.
Invisibility.
Ag Shard's now available.
Yep. And Axe Scepter available on Medusa too. And the Apple. We have to see if Sylar can Manta dodge some Centaur initiations or two.
They want to go. They have the Invis rune. They're going to find Sylar, and now Sylar is in a lot of trouble. Gaze, Terrorize comes in, but it's not going to be enough with the BKB and Poyoyo. They're getting the kill to Sylar. They've used the Supernova. They want to go for more. Poyoyo just leading the charge, and now Battery Assault, Viper Strike, X-Nova blown up. Poyoyo, he's working with an Aegis, so they don't need to be scared right now. Fade run down as well. They'll get the stun out onto the Viper. They'll continue to move Ori in. They've got 3 kills here. None of these heroes have buyback. They can probably work towards a tier 2. And now that you've lost Sylar, things can start to crumble.
Is under attack.
This is the thing why I
Radiant's
always
middle
tell
tower
people,
has fallen.
play some Polygon. You know, I don't know if you know that map, but it's like a Manta dodge map. If he Manta dodged a Centaur stun, the fight would go very, very differently. But it's of course a very difficult thing to do. It's something you need to practice a lot, and even then it's not like super reliable.
Yeah.
Very good initiation here by VG. Really not much to say. Ran over. Well, X-Nova is going onto the Centaur.
Poyoyo's right here. They'll use the hook shot. They're putting everything down on the old one. But they'll lose X-Nova again. They've got the duel. They'll get the kill. The big one right on top of Poyoyo.
He has no BKB.
Now Yule's up into the air. Pops the Enrage. Goes after Chalice. He does have that Aegis. And they've got the stun on the Chalice. He's in a little bit of trouble. They use the Overgrowth. That lands on it too. PYW's here as well. So now Chalice has got Evil trying to make an aggressive play, and it's not working out for them. They get the kill on XM. They got the 2-man stun. Oh boy. BKB. Right clicks on a Sylar. Back-to-back deaths would be devastating here for him. They'll use the Stone Gaze, Viper Strike thrown, Yule's up into the air with another Toxin down. If they can get the second kill on a Poyoyo, maybe it's a little bit salvaged, but the 4-staff back from PYW. Now they're turned to Stone thanks to the Ags of Sylar, but a good stun there from Ori will leave Sylar back a little bit. Viper Strike on DY and no stun.
It probably hit him in the base. But yeah, it's
Here
a buyback committed by EHOME. And just really... You got stoned there, huh?
Yeah.
Also, a pretty big misplays overall here by EHOME. Yule, the Ursa, while Viper Strike is in the air, so Viper Strike misses. That's why he gets away in the end.
Vici smelled blood in the water.
Yeah, they have no Duta ult. They're ready to...
Man, they just find Sylar. Yeah. There's nothing really he can do. Chalice is going to just go live, but Anta gets out because of the good Terrorize combo. And Supernova comes in. They've got the dual kill from Poyoyo. This is a great counterattack from EHOME. But now, will it fall apart? Fade. He ends up dead. Viper Strike on a DY. XM's been slowed up thanks to the Nature's Grasp that's down. Chalice trying to find an option here as the 4-step from BYW sends Old 11 to the low ground. That was well done there by Fade to keep Sylar alive. Without that Terrorize, I don't think that happens.
Now he is dead 100%, and then the turnaround, the Snake on 4 heroes, getting him back to full mana. It's a little late, but at least they're doing it now. Like,
Yeah.
this should have happened a little bit earlier already. VG is still 6k up, but by no means is he out of this game.
Dyer's middle tower
Especially
is under
when
attack.
they can do plays like this consistently.
Radiant's top tower is
As
under
long as you
attack.
can execute like that, I think
Radiant
you certainly
structures are fortified.
can make this game difficult no matter the net worth deficit for VG.
Yeah. And again, we see Medusa not going for Skadi against Ursa. Not a fan.
At least right now.
He has Stone Gaze available, so he shouldn't be too scared. They know they don't have
Dyer's
too many
middle
ults on
tower
Dire.
has been denied.
Okay, opening the map up a bit. Good for them.
XM. Trends 4-1 and 3.
Dyer's
Not
bottom
having that
tower
bad of a game.
is
And
under
let's take a look at
attack.
this again. Hookstop comes in, they find Sylar, terrorizes out, and then everybody gets turned to stone. They're feared, they're stoned, and now trying to survive. But Poyo gets blown up by the battle. Like, this is just such a great combo here from Fate. He's done all he can do. Losing his life's not the worst thing. He's kept Sylar alive. That's a great play.
Yeah, man, he's done a ton of damage in the team fight as well. Definitely MVP of that fight.
At least for now, yeah. Fire Spirit DPS for this Phoenix.
Theoretically, the longer this game goes, the harder it should get for VG. Like, it's a shot up on Legion yet. It's not going to go away from that. So that's going to help Medusa a ton. Giving her that magic immunity, of course. Especially against this burst damage of the Ursa. Like, the diffuser doesn't work anymore through that. And once that butterfly is up, we'll have to see how much it impacts the fights. Because I'd imagine Ursa is going for an MKB straight after, as soon as he sees that. If he sees any component, really.
Yeah, he's going to have Sanjin Yasha. I assume if VG take the next row, she gets the shard as well. That Earth Shock with the Enrage for 1.5 seconds could be pretty significant in these
Yeah,
fights.
it's very devastating. Now another Yule's picked up on Viper. They just want to make sure that they can kite the Ursa as much as possible, because the other 4 heroes don't have the damage to kill the Medusa. It's all the Ursa. They will ultimately end up dealing with the Medusa. So we can Yule him, can terrorize him, Viper
Radiant's
strike him.
top tower
That's all they
is
need to
under
do.
attack.
They have a lot of kiting tools. And they're mapping top actually.
Yeah, Power Rangers
Radiant's
TP
top
towards
tower
top,
is
but Old 11's here, rolls up in the air with the Curse Crown. He'll get stunned. They've got the Bramble Maze around with X-Nova here. Force Staff again coming out from BYW, and that sends X-Nova back with a hook shot of his own, sending him away.
Yeah. We've also seen, of course, the shot picked up on Dark Willow, which makes the Cursed Crown way stronger. Reduces the cooldown, as well as the explode delay by 1 second.
Jackpot!
Pretty S-tier shot, I would say.
Yeah.
And it leaves all the brambles that you, no matter how good you are at playing these maze games, you can't. You can't escape it. I think they're
Creating
too
those
narrow.
4 brambles, it's right up on you. Unless you're good at, like, I would say it's similar to Binding of Isaac when you're trying to get to one of those chests through the spikes, but
I think it's actually too narrow. Like, no matter where you go or what you do, you're actually just gonna get hit no matter what.
yeah. Now they've got the Shard 2 on Chalice.
A tithe to the impurities.
Some massive pickups coming in for EHOME, despite the fact that they're down 7k.
It's also the Elven Tunic on Medusa. Once the butterfly's up with the Elven Tunic, that's a good 40+% evasion. Massive against the Ursa. Who will have to itemize into MKB, he's doing so right now. But still very far away from it.
Roche is up, and EHOME, they can't be so willing to give up Roche. Obviously, the last one, they weren't willing per se, but
They were just slow.
knowing that the ults weren't available for Vici, they could have been more aggressive on it.
For sure. I think they just got caught by surprise. They were just not ready for them to go into the pit so fast. And now Butterfly has completed the Medusa. I wouldn't mind them forcing Roche on, to be honest. Actually, just VG running into the Roche pit. Viper to hit bottom. He can't come back.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit far away. This isn't the quickest Roche at the moment, but it can pick up really, really heavily.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit scared here of the AoE potential at the pit.
Silver for Ursa. You know, just more stats resistance for this hero.
Naturally. But they have a huge window now. With this massive evasion on Sylar, courtesy to the butterfly and the neutral item. They really
Radiant
should use
are
this.
scanning.
Like, whether it's for Roche or to win a big team fight, they gotta use it.
Right.
Like, now is her strong timing.
Have the
Dire are
clockwork
scanning.
go in and scout. Scan comes in from the Dire. That'll land onto X-Nova for a split second, as well as Fade.
I love what Ori's doing here. Hook shot, barely off the mark on the Phoenix. And at the same time, Ori's pushing on bot lane all the way. They need to deal with this. Jinquana's gonna go there.
Radiant's bottom tower
And this is really
is under attack.
force mistakes, right? You split push, you make an enemy or 2 TP, you get into the pit, suddenly there's like a 3v5 fight, because the guy can't connect from the bot lane.
Right.
And just really all these outplays that keep happening.
I guess the thing is, Chalice, he walked there. That's at least the benefit. He does have the TP to get back to like the tier 2.
Yeah, but he has to be also careful bottom, because there's a Centaur there. If they initiate on him, there's a chance they can kill him.
Yeah, he cleans up that wave. He immediately goes back. But again, Ori ready to push again.
Yeah, I like the way VG is approaching the situation. Because right now, what they want to do is get that MKB on the Ursa. Because once that's up, Medusa is killable once more. I actually don't think Medusa is killable right now.
Yeah, so the VG are doing it the smart
Dire's
way.
middle tower
You know,
is
they
under
see
attack
EHOME
from the
wanting
shadows.
Roche, and you could stay there postured. Roche, not farm that much, but we're gonna like force him bottom, but also have Ursa farm. We're not really gonna show it Roche, but we're gonna make you retreat from Roche so you can't take it, and our Ursa has enough time to farm getting that MKB.
But
It's
now,
just all brain moves here, mental moves.
Ori actually TP to the mid lane now, though. And there's a 5-man smoke from EHOME.
Yeah, there's smoked. Hook shot
miss
is a complete
again.
miss from X-Nova.
That was the second one in a row. Unfortunate.
Now they're gonna go into Roche.
All right, they're like, missed the hook shot. Let's go Roche. Let's go.
Yeah. We don't need a pick off.
Interesting decision.
And you can see the line made by Vici. They want a long wrap around. They have a lot more time than if they were doing Roche, that's for sure. They're gonna try and go for this, and I don't know if EHOME's aware. They just gets blown up. They look after Sylar, who's gonna try and fight this with BKBB Popeye Polioyo. He's stuck in the cockpit of X-Nova, but they'll get the kill on top. Gets through, is dead. Supernova down by Vici, and they have disarmed this Medusa. They've got the duel out, and now I think EHOME, they need to retreat a little bit. Supernova's off. Overgrowth still in the hands of Vici. Bought back on both their supports, trying to make something happen. X-Nova has hookshot in 10 seconds.
They need to get this Roche now on Radiant.
Viper strike on
Radiant's
PYW.
bottom tower is under
They still have
attack.
Overgrowth.
Vici, they're gonna push bottom. Ori's saying if you want Roche, we're gonna take your bottom tier 3.
Radiant structures are
Now they're
fortified.
faced with a very difficult
Dire
decision.
structures
Silas hitting
are
Roche, but
fortified.
they can't commit to it. Bothouse taking too much damage. But they're still staying around the pit. Who's the ping bottom?
Radiant's bottom
Viper.
tower is under
Viper's
attack.
got boots to travel, so
There's 40 seconds though.
is it? Yeah,
And now Polio's in the pit.
and they knew what they did. They did it so well from V. This to be a favorable fight for themselves. But
The
they don't even
Viper's already
commit.
running back. If Leshak runs back once more, now this top is in trouble again.
The mind games in this one is
Do it with flair.
wow.
It's a very mentally tough decision here for EHOME. I love these kind of plays where you just force the enemy into bad decisions by split pushing, really making them feel uncomfortable. Sure, as you said, you could stare them down at the pit, but what's the point? Make use of your mobility.
Yeah.
And now, same thing. Ursa farming, Lash farming, 5 heroes at the pit for EHOME.
And they continue to just posture at the pit, and the network deficit becomes more and more.
They're hitting Roshan now though.
Polioyo TPing to the outpost will be quick enough. They do have Stampede, so they can jump in here and make moves.
Roshan's falling fast though.
Shard, DY, Overgrowth, that hits onto 3. Now Polioyo going in on X-Nova. He walked back on the last fight, so he's going to be dead for 60 seconds. They've got the Aegis on the Sylar. And Blink hook stop onto 2 to look over at there's the start from Ori, and the Terrorize comes out, but it's only on a little shock, but that might be enough. The Blink's coming in from Sylar. It's so hard. They're looking over at Old 11. They'll send them back for the moment. They drop down the Bramble Maze. Icarus dives Supernova right on them, but they got the disarm on the Sylar. So that is a Supernova that will go off.
I'm very surprised that they did not try to kill the egg.
Mine.
There was a Viper there. And Takudo as well, they keep chasing. Yields up. No Bramble Mace
Radiant's
though.
top tower is
11
under
hit with
attack.
Curse Crown.
He's very tanky with the overwhelming Blink as well.
Bramble Maze around him.
Stone.
And now he's
Rooted.
broken. They've got the right things in. It's still, though, so tanky.
He can't move.
Curse Crown now lands on a 2. So move up on this. They've got the duel. Do they have the damage to get the kill here on a DY? Looks like they should. They do. So now they're going to look for more. Sunray from PYW wasn't enough. They'll buy back on DY. They'll start to chase on the side of EHOME, looking over at Ori and the rest. But they hide in the trees looking for their moment.
it's a tough fight, right? Like, this Dusa is getting very strong, and you can just see the way they can kite this Ursa now makes him feel very uncomfortable. He's already done 6 seconds.
The Aegis was enough to give confidence.
Dyer's
Something
middle
that
tower
EHOME
is
weren't
under
playing with
attack.
before.
Yeah, it's about time. Ursa, 1 recipe away from MKB, 300 gold. But now they have Aegis to work with. Medusa with Aegis is so scary to play into.
Dyer's
biggest
middle
problem is
tower
that-
has fallen.
He doesn't have the Saint Jasha, so the Halberd actually really messes him up. Because he doesn't get the bonus status resistance, of course.
Right.
But you need the Manta style as well against the Treant Protector.
It's going Daedalus next on Sylar.
Yeah, I like that. Daedalus into Satanic would be my play here.
So this is a big opportunity for EHOME that I cannot...
They kind of botched this.
Yeah. They can't just allow for Vici to do whatever they want with the map. They need to do something with this Aegis. And I think that they're probably waiting for this Daedalus. They're not too far away from it. They can grab the tier 1 and then grab the Daedalus, but Old 11 he's coming over, and the Courier gets spotted. Now they know Old 11's there. It's not the worst thing. You can sidestep to the secret shop
Dyer's
anyway.
bottom tower
Yeah. I'm
has
very
fallen.
surprised he went for Overwhelming Blink on Centaur. Don't like the item too much. But obviously has his reasons for it. Now Medusa with the Daedalus, as we said.
I don't
It's a lot of fractic damage.
really hate it. It also can protect this egg.
Do it with flair.
Sure.
The 50 attack speed slow for 6 seconds, like that certainly helps the Supernova, right?
It does.
Dyer's bottom
I mean, in general, they
tower
have
is
really
under
good ways
attack.
to
Protect the
protect the
egg.
egg. Yeah. Overgrowth, Centaur Stomp. Even just an Ursa running in,
Dyer's
it's pretty
bottom
scary.
tower has fallen.
I think so far every egg went off. They haven't managed to destroy a single
Dyer's
one.
they
bottom
haven't.
tower is
Now they're
under
gonna go to the
attack.
high ground.
Now there's something very
Child's going
challenging.
in with the duel! It's immediately the overwhelming torque is there, right on the Sylar. The land of hooks up, they got this one, they get the Kona Fate, they look over at Child's going to take out 2, they don't have buyback, and they have sold out Sylar. So now, even with this Aegis, well, it's gone.
He has Stone Gates.
The chance for them may be in trouble. Sylar taking a lot of damage here. He goes into the Stone Gaze, but he gets stunned up, and now
Radiant's
Sylar
top
ends
tower
up
is under
dead.
attack.
Sylar gone twice, doesn't have buyback, and Vici have successfully defended the high ground.
I don't know what inspired EHOME to go in and deep right away, but they're going into a Supernova, into an Overgrowth, into an Ursa, just finishes MKB. Like, look how deep they are. There's
It
nobody
looked
that can follow up.
It looked like they were going to get that kill, too.
Stone Gate was not popped either. Like, they didn't really fully commit. There was only like 2 heroes there. Medusa maybe doing 1 right click, but like if you commit for that, like everybody needs to be ready right away, because this Leshrac needs to die. But even if he dies, he probably has buyback. So is it really worth the dive? Is another question. Like EHOME has had a lot of questionable high ground pushes in
Radiant
the past.
structures are fortified.
Did you see that cheeky move from PYW when they killed Sylar?
What was that?
Icarus dived around the Medusa, pushed him back into the base with the Psychic Headband, making sure, yeah, you're not losing, and put him under the tier 3 tower. That was awesome. Hookshot comes in, that's going to be out on the board. It seems like he finally hits, but it doesn't work out for him. Extra lands up dead, so does Fade. It's a mega kill streak here for Ori.
Radiant's bottom
Vici.
tower
They're
has
going
fallen.
to
They're
do
gonna
it
go
again.
with the duel. Supports. There's nothing there, there's no damage.
All right. What can you say? You tried your luck, it didn't work. I can really see why this Kaya Sange is really coming into play here on the Leshrac. Why are all these names having so complicated names?
See, I think that time you mixed up Sylar and Kaya.
But yeah, it's saved him once they're in the base. And I can really see why this item is so strong. Spell Prism.
Okay. Spell Prism always feels so strong.
Spell Prism, Timeless Relic. What else do they have? Spell Prism, Timeless Relic,
Ninja Gear, and Trickster Cloak.
And that is some pretty stacked tier 4.
And then
Like-
Stormcrafter and Penta Edge Sword right now for Radiant.
Penta Edge Sword could be really nice on the Ursa, but even Ninja Gear for him could be massive. But he's stuck with a Titan Sliver.
Status resistance,
bad, man.
darn.
Wish I had more of that.
Timeless Relic, okay.
Well, that's a good one. For Dark Widow, probably.
Holding the Philly Stone. The Filet.
Yeah, I am... Like, VG is so far ahead now. And they also smoked up, which already gave away just now. Like, EHOME needs to play long fights. Overgrowth, Supernova, they need to retreat, somehow bait it out, and then reinitiate after that. Like, the timing for them to really teamfight 5v5 is long gone.
And it's off!
Phoenix is level 20 already, going to the Refresher Orb next. He has a Timeless Relic on him now. So the Sun Ray is gonna deal a ton of damage. Just 7.2% of their max health per second. No problem. It's balanced.
Balancing all things.
Yeah.
Boom,
And
there it goes!
Colossal Fire Rays.
Spell Prism, okay.
Okay, they got them back.
And they're putting it down the Legion, which I don't dislike.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
Let's press the attack on 9 second cooldown.
But Viper actually wants the Timeless Relic, okay? You could make a case for Dark Willow potentially.
Maybe if Fade was a little bit more farmed.
Dire's top
I would agree
tower
with
is
that.
under attack.
I don't know if I totally agree with that, with him being basically bottom of the net worth.
But then again, Soul's Legion. At least from the chorus.
Yeah. But you're giving a lot more with now a 9 second cooldown on press the attack, giving that 1.75 seconds back. They got to press the attack and the fear all the terrorize. That's going to stop the Supernova from going out. They go to the Stone Gaze, they turn Polero as well. Dota 11 to Stone, but now they're trying to turn this one around. Vici going after Sylar. They really just want to get Medusa. Forced advance from BYW as well as the Stampede. They'll use the Supernova to get it down, but is it going to be close enough? Doesn't look like it. Disarm on the Sylar. They push back in for a second. They need to be careful that they don't get hit by the Supernova. The blink as well as the duel comes out of BYW. They have enough damage. Oh, maybe not. Winner, chicken dinner from BYW. They still get the kill with the Phoenix. He's got buyback. It ends up dead. Double kill here for DY. They look over at Sylar. He's been disarmed. He's on the run. Ori right on top of him with a false number. They get the kill on him. And XM wicked sick here for Ori. And it's 26-9, 21k lead here for Vici, and all still going right for him.
They're too far behind at this point. The Medusa just can't stand toe-to-toe with any of them. He's getting disarmed, and he's getting stunned, and he's getting rooted, and he's getting stunned, and he's getting disarmed. He just
He can't do
he's not hitting. Like, just look at his team fights. Like,
stun.
he's just permanently controlled and with some sort of crowd control. Whether it's a disarm or a stun, or he's just running away for his life. Like,
Yeah.
it's just nothing he can do anymore. The damage output just isn't there. Ori,
Radiant's middle
Poyo,
tower is under
even
attack.
Centaur.
This is third Roche.
Yeah, they call him Poyo. Poyo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Poyo, sorry. Nice. Everybody has such complicated names nowadays. Like, just Black. It's so easy, right? Black going in, Black killed him, Black used Supernova. So easy. Alright. No, we don't say it on stream.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't say it on stream.
Black feeding.
Whatever, man. I'm done with production. I now boycott this event. Goodbye.
Do it
They
with
give the
flair.
Axe blessing to Ursa. It reduces the cooldown and allows Ursa to use it while it's disabled.
Yep.
Aether Lens for the Dark Will. Again, I wish we could feel more from this Dark Will, but
It's tough. It is a very tough game now. Like, this is pretty much unwinnable.
anything is possible
Territory.
while the throne stands.
No. Sorry.
I sense a comeback.
Sorry to take that away from you. That's not how Dota works, unfortunately.
I don't know. I've seen some games. Anything is possible.
What, are we talking about pops or pro games?
Pro games.
And it's off!
Eternal Envy wasn't those.
How did you know what I was thinking?
Because
Get out of my head.
everybody's thinking the same thing when they think about games like these.
2 racks down, Eternal Envy activated.
Yeah, 70k up, still losing.
Incoming!
Staff for the Clockwork next. I'm going for the Hex. Chalice, how much dual damage is he playing? I think just PYW, right? Yeah, 30. All the Sons of Phoenix is hitting harder.
Thrice the torment.
And has Refresher.
And Timeless Relic still.
Oh dear.
Alright, now double Supernova. How about DY? Oh, no Refresher on him just yet. So no double Overgrowth. Soon, don't worry.
Rock it on.
I mean, you can see the high ground is still not easy to breach for VG, but the Raiden's on the wall. Which is
Yeah, but walls can get cleaned.
Sure.
Power Washer, you clean the writing.
But who's gonna do that? Viper's poisonous, can't do that. Medusa would stone it,
Do it with flair.
can't do that. They don't have Morphling or anything.
No.
No.
No water.
So how do you clean it?
Overwhelming blink that comes through into XM. Press the attack, gets the spell immunity. Now the Curse Crown lands on the 2. Hook shot in. There's the tranquility for a second, but X Nova taking a lot of damage. We'll go into the Ghost Scepter. They've got the Let's bounce up with the Loaded Sword. Curse Crown again on 2 Poyoyo. Sylar trying to run. Cogs are down. X Nova ends up dead. He doesn't have buyback. They've got the break onto the Ursa, but it's not going to be enough with Ori running in with that BKB. He's also got that shard, so it's become very zoning and very annoying to play against. They get the Kona phase, multi-supports again, not having buyback, though jumping. They got the Supernova right on them. And there's the combo. They'll get the kill on a Sylar. They'll take out Chalice, and GG will be called. Vici will take game 1, and they have slain the Medusa.
VG victory.
Demolished, pretty much. Like, after the first Roshan already, you could see VG's just completely outplaying, maneuvering EHOME. They got a Roche, but 3 of the ults were
see the Infernal Blade damage.
Yeah, because Cleave on Doom is so
Exactly.
trash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just one time, show me it.
They've
Show me what it
overgrowth
can
up.
do.
No OD Hammer just dead. Oh, DY. Just, oh, he's running around the trees like a tree.
And Strike comes in, overgrowth used, press the attack.
That's a lot of
on
damage.
XM, a lot of damage onto this
he's
TA.
gone.
Good spike from PYW. That's going to land. They'll get the kill on XM. He's dead for the second time.
Chalice.
Into the
Runny.
trees, looking for the TP.
He's gonna...
He's got
Ah!
never in doubt.
No. Or he's like, alright, screw that, I'm out.
Hold 11 needs a creep to Midas.
Just Midas a hero.
There you go.
Thank you.
Midas level 2.
He's
Yeah,
going...
that's what it should be. You can Midas a hero like Culling Blade.
No. Should not be able to do that.
One of these days, my bad ideas are going to be a good idea, and you're going to agree with one.
Sure.
I've had a lot of bad ones.
I'm always happy to agree with other people.
The laws of averages say one of them will be smart.
Yeah, at some point. Has to be.
Right.
He's going to accept the OD actually, just to be able to save the Ursa and his teammates against the duel and the glimpse. Good item there. Not my playstyle. I am the kind of guy that just wants to blink in, hit hard. But of course, Ori is a team player. He wants to win.
Yeah.
Fool. This win is pretty important for them, right? They're 2-2 right now.
Yeah, everybody in the middle of the pack was 2-2.
Yep.
Obviously excluding the teams that played on the final day of the week last week.
Yep.
But Elephant's 3-2, LGD is 3-2, EHOME, RNG, Vici are all 2-2, and then IG is 2-3.
Yeah, and the top tower is still almost full health. Like, Tree and Protector is such a
Dyer's
nuisance to
top
play
tower
against.
is under attack.
So annoying, they still have Glyph
Dyer's
available as well.
structures
I'm use it
are
right now. Also
While it's
perfectly...
loading armor.
No, it was perfectly done. Like, living armor expired, glyphed right away, new living armor applied. So making sure
Radiant
that
are scanning.
there's the most uptime on the damage reduction. Now Doom already picked up a blink dagger. I just like blinked and he already had a 3k gold.
Next Nova, he's gonna get blinked on, and they've got the Warst on her spike and the kill. Hold on, going onto the high ground, and he'll throw the Doom
Silence,
onto
be
the
careful.
Phoenix. Finger comes out, they get the kill on the Fade, they'll take a full support. The Hero be getting lit up by XM as well as Sylar. They'll get the damage out to kill off one support, but Sylar, he needs to really try to run.
Radiant's top tower
Yo-Yo
is
chasing
under
him as they get the dual victory on to DY, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 so far, working out relatively well for EHOME, all things considered.
Yeah, didn't think would go so well. Odie was not part of the fight, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. If Odie's there, it's gonna go completely differently, of course.
Damage.
They wanted to make
Yo-Yo
a play.
focused his attention onto Sylar. Like, I
Dyer's
think maybe
middle
if he
tower
doesn't get
is
so
under
tunnel vision
attack.
on that fight goes a little bit better. But it's supports for supports. At the end of the day, I think Vici are fine overall with that. Maybe Doom on cooldown feels a little bit meh, but they also got a stack on the finger.
And they had Odie coming the entire time.
Yeah.
But they're going to the Roach Pit, but they know about it, they scanned them out. Are they willing to fight? There's the question.
They don't
Odie has
have
hammer.
They don't have overgrowth.
This is a
Dyer's
pretty
top
good play
tower
by
is
EHOME.
under attack.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna concede it.
Yeah. Should not be
Radiant's
able to fight
middle
that
tower
without Doom.
is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Alright. XM getting his hands on the Aegis. He's definitely the guy to look out for to bring EHOME to a 1-1. See if we can do it with TA. Not the biggest fan of TA in general.
Dyer's top tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
Also, top tower is almost back to full health again. Of course.
I kind of love TA.
Nah, TA just kind of like one-trick
Dyer's
pony-ish.
top tower is under attack.
I don't know. I think with the addition of the shard, I like what
And the
TA
axe
can
build.
have. The axe is okay too.
Yeah.
I like that.
But almost nobody does it because it's not mainstream, you know.
Dyer's
Well,
top
the last
tower
time we saw
has
TA,
fallen.
the axe was given after a Roche.
There was the third Roach.
Yeah.
But at
the
which
shard
point
was built.
is it still a different playstyle, or are you just taking what you get for free?
True.
I always like it when people like experiment with different dimensions of heroes.
Yeah. Well, we were seeing that a lot when Volt Spirit came.
Yeah.
like Orchid builds, Crystallis builds.
I mean, Void Spirit is just a very fun hero to watch overall, right?
Yeah.
Unless playing against him. Trying to kill him. Okay, Axe, 500 away for the OD. And VG have been pretty timid for a while now. Of course, fighting into the ages, not the best idea.
Plus, I don't think they're good about farming at the moment.
And big smoke up by EHOME. Chalice picked up the Blink Dagger. Wow. And all the just walking around.
Happens to just ring around the rosy. Smoke gets broken, all the way into the high ground. Kinetic field blinks the other way. Now they get the duel, but they also have the glimpse.
Another miscommunication here.
A little anti-synergy.
Wait, is he gonna get out?
Way. Stop it. Waveform on the 11. He's got the living armor, but he won't live through the adaptive strike.
Except still the chase.
Hex, press the attack. Meld strike onto PYW, going under the tier 2 tower. PYW. Stun.
Got him.
They're going to TP in. Damage. They glimpse back the Ursa. But XM loses the Aegis in a pretty poor fashion.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom
Outplayed by PYW.
Dire's
All by himself, potentially, however you want to look at that. Odie now has Agon Scepter completed, and they should be more than happy to fight here.
Doom ends up dead, but he's only one component away from that Shiva's. Like, super farmed.
You get so much gold, actually. You just look away for a minute, and
here he is.
It's almost a new item. Mm-hmm. How much GPM is it minus? So 9 seconds cooldown, 160 gold. Okay, they're going on next Nova. No, never mind. Can do my math again.
120.
90.
Alright, keep doing that math.
Nah, you do the casting for a while. I'll have to figure
I
this
got
out.
you. I'll cover up the grumblings of math happening.
Blessings.
So if it was 60 seconds, it would be 160. This is 90 less.
Dire's middle
I
tower
said 120.
is under
I don't think
attack.
my math was on point though on that
Are
one.
scanning.
Ring of a Cure dropped there for Sour. He'll keep that and send back the Vambrace. KB for TA next with that Dragon Lance as well as the Deso. No Blink Dagger though, but I believe XM, it looks like he's saving for the Blink, even though he's got the BKBQ before it. And
Dire's top tower is
ready
under
with the
attack.
shields.
It's like 106-ish.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know. Old 11 getting chased through, the damage out from XM. Not going to be enough to get the kill.
At 320 divided by 3. Yeah. 106. Cost 2 uses in 3 minutes. Yeah, okay.
Blink War Stop comes in, Spike lands on X Nova. They should be able to get the kill here onto the Disruptor, but he drops down the Static Storm first. They
It's a very aggressive one.
Uh-oh, he was trying to get a Supernova off, and I don't think he's going to get it. Hex, the damage, the kill, double, and dominate.
Obviously, they agreed with my math, and EHOME didn't. So EHOME got very angry.
Is under attack.
Do a very aggressive smoke move that did not work out at all.
Right.
Because OD Aghanim's is going to be very hard to find any pickup really in a team fight. Like whoever you duel is going to get astraled. Whoever's going to get a glimpse is going to get astraled. This OD, he needs to die early. That's basically what I'm getting at.
You are doomed.
Doom committed
Doom onto the TA.
To the TA. Okay, like, can you get away?
Grasp just a little bit short. Sour coming over, turns into the Doom, and they won't be able to get the kill onto the TA. Nobody else is going in.
LC too.
Yeah, they're going to look for the duel, and they'll get it. Question is, do they have the damage? Yes, they do. We'll take out Old 11. The fight's happening on the other side, though. X tries going out PYW. Overgrows Supernova. And while DUI's got 3 heroes dead, Corioto's on the run. They have the Astral. Now turning, but he turns and then immediately immediately gets blown up. XM getting the kill on a Poyo, taking 500 gold, a 5-time killing spree.
Dire's middle
That's
tower
really
is
good
under
for
attack.
EHOME.
That was a massive fight. It was like a 4-0, right? Did Disruptor even die there? Yeah, he did. Okay, Disruptor did die. So the 4-1 was a very aggressive committal on the Doom.
Dire's middle tower
We've seen it quite
has fallen.
a lot of times actually, where Doom just goes in. Doom's a sole target. They keep chasing,
This will do
and
nice.
then they make a
Dire's
terrible
middle
fight. Yeah.
tower is under
There was
attack.
of course an invis LC as well, which helped him quite a bit. And Roshan is not up just yet. And we have yet to see the power of Odie. I feel like he's never
Dire's
in
middle
any of these
tower
fights.
is under attack.
He like quietly has been. Like this Astro, okay, but then Poyo turns and fights, maybe knowing he's dead. Even when something is even, like Vici, I'm not certain if they've taken advantage enough of their, obviously they haven't, of the lead that they had, and I think the items that they had at that point. TA now ahead of the Zoom.
I just know that Shiva's garbage is very good against both TA and Morphling. Of course, he reduced that reduction, reduced that health he gets. You get a lot of bonus armor against the TA, and of course the attack speed reduction is very important. And again, yeah, like this Odie just missed every fight so far. 2-0-2.
E-Boy finished off with a morph.
Yeah, that's a strong timing.
Sour is becoming a problem.
I'm surprised Doom is not itemizing into BKB at all. Oh, it's a smoke clash. PYW in the front. Oh, that was so close. They were like ticketing each other. Oh, Sylar!
Yeah, they've seen him. They've got a Hex that will depress the attack. Going in there, they've got the dual stack storm down. Doom out the Sylar. Supernova's gonna go off. No, it won't. They also get the kill on the Sour, so they're taking up 2 of the rules over 11. It's 2-1 so far as BKB pops here around the horn. Get the dual victory. PYW ends up dead. They've got the glimpse back on a Poyo that gets him off at XM, but XM's still gonna be dead to Ori. They've got the annual improvement. They look over at Chalice. They'll make it 4. Buyback comes out from the Phoenix.
Roshan up at 13.
It's a big win for Vici. Lose old 11 again, but he got the Doom off, so he needed not a lot of time to get his kick
Radiant's
away.
middle tower
I really want
is
for
under
Vidi to
attack.
pick Roshan. Oh, he's
Radiant
walking into the pit and just as a response. Okay, DY. Get out of here.
What's the timings?
He knows the timings. That was a very clutch save on the Morphling with the Prestige tech, of course, but he just gets doomed anyway. He didn't move up. He felt very confident and strong. Gets doomed, dies right away. You can see it here again. Good press, but he doesn't move up, gets doomed. Phoenix, Supernova, no chance of coming off against that Ursa. Just, I think it was overpowered. And he was, I believe at the time, still at
Radiant's
11
middle
maybe.
tower is under attack.
She was hit, sends it back.
Nova dead.
Getting the kill on X. He's got haste to move around, but he just picked up by Poyo. Sour kills off PYW, a couple of support pickoffs.
A worthy sacrifice. Cheese ages shard. The second Roshan now gives so much in terms of just pure quantity.
And early.
It is. Now what's the itemization here for Morph? That's still going to the Lincoln Sphere. Like this Doom is really messing him up. I really like this answer of Doom against Morph and Medusa. Like if you Morph up while you're doomed, you're gonna do 0 damage. If you don't, you're just gonna die. So what do? You kind of need a Lincoln's.
Yeah. This, but Lotus isn't.
But then you're doomed.
Yeah.
And of course Doom dooms himself too, but at that point you're probably a more valuable target to your team than Doom is to his.
Yeah.
And yeah, now that Odie joined the fight, we can see he's dealing a lot of damage. Even though his ult, I think, was used on 2 BKB targets. But one was pressed and one had BKB activated.
Both were pressed? No, it was the TA with BKB, right?
Yeah.
And Legion had the press.
Can't press 2 until you're 25, in which case you can press 5.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That sounds a bit wrong.
400 AoE press is ridiculous.
They might have seen the smoke. Doom was standing on a trap here. Paid
Radiant
attention to
are
TA in mid lane.
They got the scan.
Yeah, they definitely saw it.
Dire's top tower is under
Doom
attack.
back off cooldown. He's now working with the cheese. See who gets caught here. Sylar might be the one again
Oh man, they're gonna spot him.
It's always Sylar. Oh, he has the creep.
Oh, missed it, but they got the Doom. They'll have the Earth Spike as well. Finger press the attack. They've got the Magic Community, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. They've got the Echo Prism onto Chalice as well as this Morphling. Sirens of Dead. Supernova goes out. DY trying to right-click it. It's just him. Unfortunate. He'll overgrow.
Radiant's bottom
Not that it's going to do anything for himself. However, the team's going to go back in. They've got the Earth Spike. They'll land the kill on X-Nova as well as Chalice. Coming around the side. Back on Sylar, but Sylar dies again. His game's over, and potentially EHOME's game. They'll go in.
What a big hammer
onto Fade. They blow him up, and now Sylar's in again. Earth Spike. There's the damage coming from Fade. They've got the Inferno. He can get the kill to Sylar. He goes back to the high ground, but they've got the Astro Brisbane. By XM. He's on the high ground holding. Oh, Sylar. Need to be very careful running away.
All right, makes it out by the skin of his teeth, as my American brother here would say.
Yeah.
And very good recognition by XM. They can kill the line. If that line gets an impale off onto that Morphling,
Radiant's
he is
bottom
gone.
tower is under attack.
Man, that sanity is hurt.
It did, but TA had refraction on.
Gold
I
and
don't
sweet.
know how much damage it would have dealt to her. Probably about 1 billion. Let's see it here again. The Hex creep actually was a pretty big mistake
Radiant's
by POW as
middle
well.
tower is under
So that's
attack.
Doom. He still dies in the end, and POW doesn't, so not super costly. Supernova, not in the best spot. Kills the Treant, sure, but just a Treant, and then a very, very good reinitiation here.
Yeah, Poyo from the side, he kills off X-Nova, they get the kill to Chalice, which means they have no more of that Magic Community.
Do we like the buyback? I feel like it only killed the lion, doesn't really seem worth it.
It didn't seem worth it.
Because it also kind of forced TA to come back into the fight, which he didn't.
But now he's got a long timing where Sylar dies. His game is devastated. Quick kill on a DY.
Could keep a secret.
Treant blown up once more. And he went straight first item Holy Locket.
Yeah.
Seems to be the new trend on.
Radiant's middle
Treant,
tower is
yep.
under attack.
Alright, Doom is just going full Aurus.
Radiant's
He has
middle
AC
tower
and Shivas
has
picked up.
fallen.
Now he's going into the shard.
Yep, longest done. And the shot might line up just nice with Morphs 21.
Ooh.
He's doing the math. He's predicting the future.
Trying to at least.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
Oyoyo.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's the MKB next.
Dire are scanning.
Smoke up here from
Dire's top
EHOME. They're gonna head
tower
towards
is under
bottom.
attack.
Not sure this is.
Radiant
can't get there.
structures are fortified.
There's no avenue of getting there.
Mm-hmm.
DPS to the tier 1, but he might be a bit late.
He might be late, but I would say he might be close enough. Aegis expires.
Aegis expired. The 5-man smoke. Treant has to be careful. Don't
Haste.
let
They said they couldn't
Radiant's bottom
I
tower
don't
is
know if
under
that was knowing,
attack.
but now they've got the
Radiant's
duel that comes out.
bottom
It's a static storm. They look over at 40. They've got that damage. They'll not boom just yet. Yeah, they got him. All right, Ori's dead. They've got him. Landing the spike now on to XM. They get the gun to the Chia. They look over at Charles. He's not the pressing back. The Magic Community's not going to matter, though, because Poyolo, he hits hard. And they'll also finish off a 4th. They'll take out X-Nova. 4 here gone without buyback, and this is a fight right by the bottom tier 3.
And Sylar did, I think, 0 damage, I found. He was not even part of it. Oh, he gets Hex again!
PYW with the Hex. There's the finger. Do they have the damage to get the kill on Sylar? He's got that E-Blade with the waveform and just skirts out.
How did he know they don't have a ward there?
Radiant's bottom tower
There was like
is under
instant Hex
attack.
after the blink. Alright, PYW. Feeling yourself. I like it. No buybacks though. There should be at least one side. And you can see there's just too many problems to deal with on the VG side. They go all in on the OD because, of course, he can save his teammates. And then the TA gets doomed.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Ursa is
are under
unchecked,
attack.
kills the egg, no problem. And it's just a super difficult game now for
Radiant's bottom
EHOME.
barracks
He's
are
so far behind. Take the meal to get out. I like it. Is someone gonna get glimpsed? Ah, he wasn't out of range.
He wanted it. He does have that level 4 in Glimpse. Let's watch this again.
Yep. All in on the OD.
A little anti-synergy there. Glimpse into the Static Storm onto the OD who was dueled.
It's not the first time also. Then a big doom on the TA. He gets blown up by the finger. Ursa took out the egg. Like, everyone on VG just kind of knows what they need to do in his team fight. Whereas it looks a little bit more scrammy on the EHOME side. Like, as you said, there's a lot of miscommunication going on. Glimpse on this guy.
I thought for a second OD was going to survive that just because of the fact that he had been glimpsed.
Yeah, he's very tanky actually with that frost armor provided from the Doom. Not an easy kill.
Yeah, I think ice armor instead of
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Stop. I guess recognizing that he doesn't exactly need the extra lockdown. They've got Hex, they have Earth Spike, they have Overgrowth, 2 Astral Imprisonments.
Yeah, they have
Stomp isn't exactly a necessary thing you need. And I like the ice armor. And he's also going into the overwhelming blink again.
Yeah. Interesting.
Favoring it for sure.
All right.
Or he might be caught by himself.
Double damage.
And now the team's going to be able to react. Can they save him? The supernova looks like we're still going to die. They get this instead of old 11 that'll send him away. Do they still want to fight?
Doom has been used.
Yeah, I mean, it's used on the TA,
They have to be careful.
Vici, it looks like they're forcing themselves into a situation where they feel like they need to fight. They've got glimpse in 2 seconds.
Yep.
And they get the glimpse out of old 11, but Vici, they don't get it. They can look away.
That should not be allowed to happen.
Vici were so willing to fight that there. I'm a little surprised at how much they
Radiant's
wanted
bottom
to push the
barracks are under
envelope.
attack.
Doom should have died there. That should have been a lot worse. And then Doom doesn't have buyback. The Oli doesn't have buyback. It can just snowball from there. But Doom surviving is a pretty damn big deal for VG here. And another miscommunication from EHOME. Oh, Roshan's up though. 35 seconds for OD.
Shard could be good here.
No Doom either. I think they just give up the Roche. They can't fight it.
I mean, it's going down so quickly. They're going to try and move in all the way.
Wow!
With a Shiva, he's making a play. Looks like the BKB from Silent. BKB comes out from Poyoyo. That is he just picked up by XM. It's completely the duel coming through from the Legion. Poyoyo in trouble when he gets the kill on the challenge. He looks over at Silent. Forced away.
Poyoyo's running.
On the run. Icarus dive. They've got the glimpse into the static storm. Can he survive this? Right clicks onto XM. They get the Aegis. Poyoyo's still not dead. Their adaptive strike is there. And somehow this Ursa survives long enough to get the Aegis. Got a couple of kills here. How does he get away with that? Overlord still moving in.
Oh, he's back alive.
Rise up, it's the Hex. From Ori takes out both supports. XM trying to get a kill with the Melody. Goes into the BKB as well as the TP. And XM's gone. But just a second of OD is more than enough for him to drop the sanities and get 2 kills.
Drop the hammer.
Top tower
The
is
fun
under
ends here.
attack.
Yeah, seriously.
I did not expect them to instantly get blown up by that.
Look how long. I mean, they forced the BKB on Sour. That makes him susceptible. Poyoyo jumps in, and this overgrowth is good, but it's not. It's really wise from Chaos. I know he's going to die
Radiant's
here,
middle tower
but
is under
that's
attack.
the only way they get the Aegis.
Yeah, and the Paladin Sword on Ursa, just look how
Radiant's
much he
middle
life
tower
leeches.
has
He
fallen.
runs back into the pit, or rather gets glimpsed back into the pit. Look at how much he life leeches off the TA. Survives for so long somehow, allowing that Oli to get back into the fight, resulting in a massive hammer at the end.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Now we're gonna see it here again.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Sanities in 3, 2, 1. Slam it down.
Easy.
Radiant's top
Just to get the
tower
double
has
Astral out
fallen.
so quickly and the Sanities too.
XM was lucky he had refraction on. If that's not on, he's gonna die as well.
Yeah, and that was just like there's been fights where we haven't really felt the OD, and then he just comes in and does that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy. I don't understand. He's getting away with so much.
A lot of VG players are like that. As we said, the Doom shouldn't even be in that fight because he was supposed to be dead. Then they get the free Roshan, but it's all snowball effect. They let Doom blink
Forces
out.
that early BKB,
Like what happens there if Doom is dead? It's not even a contention, right? 3
and
to
now
5.
they have a way to stop and end this game on Vici.
They do. Who took the shard? It was Legion probably, right? Yeah.
Have the shard. They're going to go in. They're going to look over at Sour. They got the BKB, but the overdose comes out. Eagle thrown over on the pool. Pops the BKB. On the door. They got the egg. It's in time. Overloaded. He is up there. Poyoyo's got 2. Sylar starting to go off. Oh, the hammer again. It's not enough damage. Ori's sitting low. They finally get the kill. The chalice is... It's no one's
Sylar,
there.
no!
Oh, Sylar's died! PY died!
It was OD! The new Aghanims makes you through the AoE damage and increases the damage of it. He had 2 of them. They took 3,000 damage from him.
Spike.
The 2 supports are killing the TA or what?
TA by himself. Uh-oh.
No, don't be that cocky, guys. There's no way.
I think DY got the shard.
Double damage.
DY got
the shard. Did he buy the shard?
In on XM again?
They're just messing with him.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, they're just playing with him. Training him. But seriously, I've not seen this new ODX with so much action. But they axe him again.
This is not fair.
They're just bullying him. Oh, DY is like, oh, I gotta get out of here.
A little bit of XM.
And he does.
Let's watch this again.
Look at the OD show. It's all OD. Look at the double astral damage after the hammer. That's really what's important here. Very good save from Chalice to protect the egg from the Ursa. Perfect play there. But now look at the OD astrals. Double astral, hammer, they're like, ha, that's fine. But a boom.
And
boom,
your spike.
And then finger.
And then the finger, wow.
And DY kills Fade with the Nature's Grasp, which is randomly lying around there. It's so much AoE damage. It's like 2 times 500 the hammer.
That salvages the fight.
It does. It was supposed to be like a 4-0. Suddenly it's a 4-3.
Yeah.
Still though, a lot of net worth lead gone from the VG side. The TA is...
I will rip you
Six
apart.
slotted. Has an item or 2 that you can replace, of course. She gets 100 attack range now at level 10. I didn't know that.
Okay, got the update. It was Ursa Shard on 2nd Roche and then Ags for Disruptor on the 3rd Roche.
Oh, there was no shard. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Disruptor has the axe now, though. Whoa.
It's only 38 minutes. I feel like we've seen 8 Roche attacks.
We have. This Disruptor Aghanims can really turn the fight around, though. Like, if they don't pop BKB before he... Yeah, that's
Oh, they're breaking the Lincolns. They've got the BKB popped here. They're going to go after this. Now,
they're going to
turning around. Got the Ursa with the duel.
Over me.
Yo-Yo, he's dead for 95 seconds, and it still looks like VG are contemplating whether or not they want to go in. They'll get the silence on to 3 with the trap and the silence there for PYW, but the BKB being popped by Sylar. He goes in, finger out of the Phoenix, not enough damage.
But VG is getting super outplayed right now. Ursa getting Static Storm before he uses BKB. We spoke about it. Yeah. One already.
Still, even with this coordination, it's 3k lead for VG.
Yeah, but his lead is really not that meaningful, it feels like. His morphing is getting really big. And I think Old 11 is now regretting not getting a BKB.
A gift from the
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't get BKB. He went overwhelmingly blink before BKB. Let's think. That shows how confident he is, but maybe too confident.
No way to 30. This is a 2-3 that looks like it's probably going to go down.
He's just going to give us back. He has no BKB.
Yeah, glimpse into the kinetic field.
Oh, but he has, of course,
Minotaur.
What is a BKB? So he has a BKB.
Okay.
Dire's middle
That works
tower
out.
has fallen. Dire are scanning.
They still
Morphing
lose the
now
tier
is
30.
massive though. Satanic up on him. Still no Lincolns. If he gets doomed, he's gonna be in trouble. But he's sitting at a very high overall health pool now. 2.8k health on the morph. He did go for the straight
Radiant's
talent as
middle
well.
tower is under attack.
And the Agi talent. And he has 6 levels of stats. This here is all about stats. Oh, and he gets more stats, of course, from just getting attributed shit.
Nicely.
Dead City.
Oh, man. I should have guessed that's where we were going.
It's okay, you're still young.
It's always weird when you say that to me. Because I'm older than you.
Accept it, my friend. My child. Subarashi.
Roche potentially up in 6.
1. Instant spawn. Wow! Here it comes. Holy shit, 1 minute 50.
Yeah, very off on that one.
Well, that's not my fault. Yeah.
Crazy how both carries are not even close to top of the network.
Also, it feels like both of them are pretty useless right now. Alright, finally BKB picked up on Doom. Happy about that. Was about time. So cocky from all 11 to not do that. How much of an impact it has next fight? Lincoln's on TA, of course. Does TA have buyback is a question? Yes. Does Morphine have buyback is a question? No. But 200 gold he will.
And he's got it.
Wow. Oh god.
Gold and
Yeah, right there.
He makes so much money just by existing.
Now they've got the BKB on old 11.
Yeah. Feels very late.
But it might be good that it's late.
Potentially. TA getting not Shiva's guarded.
You never know.
What I do know is that you needed the BKB though. So these fights could have gone a lot differently if he had a BKB instead of overwhelming blink. But of course we don't look into the past, we look into the future. See what he can do now.
Level 26.
This is Raptor needs to die. Like, this is
Oh,
VG's, like, he needs to die right away. VG needs to jump him. They don't have the best backline jumpers though.
So now he's got that shard.
Yep. Ursa going to the front line. TA is waiting the endless.
Doji take 30% spell lifesteal, okay.
Oh, he did? Okay. Decent talent, but
Doom's got the Infernal Blade damage, not that clear. Darn it.
wow, surprising.
Radiant's middle tower
They're
is
hitting
under
Roshan.
attack.
Well, of course, Dia knows about it.
Jeez. BKB pressure shard as well as the axe. They go to the Doom immediately. They've got the Supernova. They're looking over at Poyoyo. It's only a Roshan about half health. They get the kill on the Chalice. And he's the they got the silence. And now they got the glimpse as well. Trying to glimpse him back, but he doesn't get pulled back. They got him on. And they're throwing down the Insanity. They get the kill on the Pain. They're going to buy back on the Phoenix immediately. They're going to silence. They get the kill on the Aegis. He's into the hands of Poyoyo. And so trying to fight right clicks out when he's going to they get the kill on the G1. But now they get the hex on XM. Even though he's on a killing spree, that'll end right here, right now, as they get the kill. Ori gets credit for it. They've got the Ezreal movement coming out on another on X-Nova in trouble. The right click's coming out from Ori, and on the other side of the fight, they look over at Silent. He's been doomed up. He's in trouble. The right click's here to get away. They've got the hex coming out. They get the kill on Silent as X-Nova. And now XM press the attack. Is the magic meter going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. Duel comes out. Chalice in trouble. He's gone once more. They have died 6 times total on these 3 heroes that are working outside of EHOME. But they're trying to get the damage from TA. He's going to avoid the Earth Spike, but it comes out onto the Phoenix to look for the figure, but the Astro movement's there. T1 trying to heal his team, and Baby trying to do something to help out his team. Get the kill to XM 4 heroes. That's good. T1 is Fiji who come out ahead. They will get the full T1, they'll get the GG, and they'll take the 2-0.
Did they even lose a hero? I think it was like 0-10 fight. And they got
They lost DY, and he brought back one. He's back immediately.
But what was it from EHOME? They're just hitting Roshan. Like, they just run into the pit, they're like, alright, let's do Roshan. And then
everything fell
apart. And then Ursa jumps in and is like, oh, they're doing Roshan, guys. Uses his BKB, just absolutely destroys the TA. And, I mean, they were just coming back into the game. Like,
yeah.
What?